We all just went through the 9th day of Av, which is actually the saddest day in the Jewish calendar, the Tisha B'Av, the 9th day of Av, where many calamities, it's a big Jewish word, happened. But now, 6 days later, it brings us to Tu B'Av, the 15th day of Av, and it's actually the happiest day of the Jewish calendar, along with Yom Kippur. And Tu B'Av had a lot of many happy things, rejoiceful things. One of the things that happened on Tu B'Av is that the Jews, when they went into Israel after they were in the desert for 40 years, they were separated by tribes. And many people, not everyone, but many people were not able to marry others in different tribes because of a whole land confusion, because that's your land, that's your land. If you marry her and she has land, well, then that's going to be a problem. The whole thing was a one big Mishagas Balagan on Tu B'Av. They destroyed that decree. They said that is no longer the case, and now everybody, all types of Jews, all of the Bnei Yisrael can marry each other. So it was a very unifying time. Another thing is the Gemara talks about how the women would go into the fields wearing white, and the men would say, "I'll have that one with a side of fries," and it was just a very loving time. It was like a Valentine's Day, as they say for the Jews. They were just not that much of a massacre. Speaking of massacre, though, there was a massacre in Beitar. The Jews revolted against the Romans. The Romans suppressed it, killed thousands, unfortunately, people, Jewish people, and their bodies were left strewn all over Beitar. And miraculously, they were not allowed to bury these bodies for a prolonged period of time, but miraculously the bodies did not decay, they did not rot, and eventually the Romans allowed the Jews to bury them, and that was a very happy thing, I guess. I mean, it's a whole thing about death and burial. I mean, why are we associating it with marriage and unification? I want to say, and here comes my little thought, that marriage and marriage are very similar, because the mitzvah, the chesed, the kindness that you're doing when you're burying somebody, they say is one of the greatest kindnesses that a person can do, because there's no way for the person that's having the kindness done to them, the person getting buried, can ever pay back because they're dead. So you're doing it from the wholeheartedness of yourself when you're doing that kindness. So I want to say, when you're married to somebody, when you have a partnership, a relationship with somebody, it's the same kind of kindness that you sort of got to give them. You have to give them a kindness. If you can give the other person a kindness that you don't expect to get back, then it will be successful, because that's the only kindness that you're going to get when you're going to marry somebody. Anyways, we should have a happy time, a kind time. We'll have the happiest day of the year today. Going forward, it should continue to be happy. And as Leah in the after party told me, the special blessing that we should all get a life, not a death. Have a great Shabbos.